Hey guys, I have another holster for my M&P Shield 9mm, and this one is coming from Bravo Concealment. They're based out of Alamo, Texas. Quick little backstory here. I actually reached out to them back in January. You can see it was at 12:28 p.m. and asked them if they would be interested in me doing a review on one of their holsters. And this is actually the reply at 12:28. I had emailed them earlier that day. The guy who contacted me was Saul Cruz, and very, very responsive. I mean, you send an email, and within a half hour to an hour, there's another email back from them. But he said, yes, sure, they'd love to send me a holster out for this Shield. And the same day, again, that's January 24th, the same day at 3:16, he sent an email saying that it was ready to go. Here's the invoice. If there was any errors, to basically contact him about it. So I waited more than a month and never received the holster. So on February 28th, I contacted them and said, hey, did not receive it. And in that time, I'd actually received one from Vetter, and I didn't necessarily want two for the same pistol to do a review on. So I told him that I had a Glock 42 at that point, and so again, that was February 28th, and he responded back and said that he was waiting on me to approve the invoice, and it was kind of miscommunication. So I said yes, everything was fine. And again, February 28th. He said, hey, I'm sending it out, everything's going to be fine, get it out today. Well, I waited a couple of months. And so in April, I was just going to let it go, but then I didn't want the company thinking that they had actually sent me something that I didn't do a review on. So then April 25th, I contacted them again and I said, hey, I never did receive it. It's been since January. So anyways, he responded back that same day, and there was some type of error, but either way, I wanted to show you the invoice here, that it did say January 24th, and this is what arrived with it. It just, like, this was sitting probably with the package or whatever, but then this was the package that it came in, and you can see right here that it was mailed out May 1st. So I'm not sure what the miscommunication was, but onto the holster itself. It is June 6th. And I received it, I think, May 4th or May 5th. So it's been over a month, and I have worn this daily for over a month now. Like most Kydex holsters, like most companies, it does have very smooth edges. Everything's polished. You can see that there's a different color on the edges versus the rest of the Kydex. I was a little bit concerned because these corners are so squared, even though they're rounded. It's like a rectangle shape, and I was a little bit concerned with this piece right here sticking out. I can say without a doubt that this is the most comfortable holster that I have ever worn, and I am a huge Vetter fan. I have several of their holsters. This Bravo Concealment, I'm sorry Vetter, but this one is way more comfortable. It does have adjustable ride height. You can kind of see the little screws right here. There's a couple different holes. You can also do adjustable cant just by lowering, one side and keep the other side the same, or you can even raise it. All parts are made in the USA. The clips are made in the USA. They are plastic, but they are super, super thick and very rigid. I'll get back to that in a minute. It does have adjustable retention as well. This height here kind of holds that side together. The retention is very, very, very good on it though. Got the audible snap that everybody likes to hear, and then there's no wiggling, there's no rocking, there's nothing once that's in there. I'm really surprised at how thin, like how it really does not change the profile much of the gun at all. And when you look at it, you think, well, that doesn't look like it's any different, than any other holster. But again, I'll bring back this Vetter, and this is what surprised me, is I can take the Vetter and I can attempt to put it down in here and it won't even start. And it's not the clip, it's just the shape of the holster. So I can't even get the tip of it to start to go in. However, I can take the Bravo Concealment, and honestly, I could pretty much slide it all the way in if the clips weren't here. It's that much thinner. It's incredible how thin the profile is of it. I mean, you really cannot feel it whatsoever. Excuse me. I do have two complaints about it. Number one, it's not a huge complaint, but there's an opening at the trigger guard, and it sure would not take much more material just to bring this on around. Even if you didn't want to cover the magazine release, bring that on around. There's a clip that's on the side right here, and if that clip weren't there, you could really kind of just see all the way through that, and I just don't like that being open there. That's probably one of my big complaints. And then my second complaint, and it's good and bad, but these clips, how they curve back up so much, pretty much every day once I put that on my belt, I actually have to take like the gun back out. I oftentimes have to loosen my pants and loosen the belt to be able to get this back off so I can like move it more around a little bit toward me. Like I cannot just reach and pull and then slide it off of the belt. These clips are so curved upwards that once it hooks on, it is not moving. So for me personally, that's kind of hard to get that back off, but some people may be able to do it easily. I don't know, maybe it's just where I carry usually like in the 430 position or so, but I have a difficult time reaching to get that off. I tell you, these holsters I think are around $50, $55. So there are holsters obviously that are cheaper. I have not found one though that's more comfortable than this one. It's called the Drop Out of Sight, and it does have a little bit of a curved profile to it. Now they make another one called the Torsion that is really curved, but even this one, it's not just completely straight, so it does fit really well. I'm telling you, sitting, bending over, driving, super comfortable holster. So if you guys have not heard of Bravo Concealment, give them a chance. There was some confusion, like I said, with getting this holster in the first place, but overall I'm very pleased with it and would highly recommend them. So all right guys, thanks for watching. I just want to share this holster with you.